Welcome to Slow Night Ancient Tales, where forgotten legends come alive in the quiet of the night. Tonight, we embark on the final and most magical journey of the Geumo Sinhwa, the record of a visit to the Dragon Palace feast. A talented young scholar, while relaxing by the sea, receives a mysterious invitation. He is guided deep beneath the blue waves to the magnificent crystal palace of the Dragon King. There, amidst wondrous sights not of this world, he attends a grand feast and composes beautiful poetry with celestial beings. Tonight, let your imagination dive into the deep, shimmering blue ocean. Let the magical wonders of the underwater palace wash away the worries of the human world. To protect your peaceful journey, the screen will slowly fade to black as our adventure begins. Now close your eyes and let us descend into the mysterious world beneath the waves. In the land of Songdo, there lived a young scholar named Han Sang. He had a pure nature and outstanding literary talent. Not only the people of this world, but even the spiritual beings of the unseen world praised his beautiful poetry. One spring day, Han Sang left the window of his study open and drifted into a pleasant, nodding nap. Into the room, quiet as a dream, a clear and strange fragrance gently seeped in. Then, an unfamiliar messenger, wearing blue robes and a coral crown, lightly stepped inside. The messenger bowed politely to Han Sang and offered a blue-tinted silk scroll. "I am a messenger from the deep sea, from the Dragon Palace. Our Dragon King has recently built a new palace made of colorful, brilliant crystal called Yeongdeokjeon. While searching for someone to write a commemorative poem for its completion, he heard that your literary prowess is widely known across the sky and the sea, and so I have come to escort you." At first, Han Sang was surprised and confused, wondering if it was a dream or reality, but he felt a strange curiosity and a flutter of excitement at the Dragon King's polite invitation. "Although my literary skills are lacking, since you invite me to such a precious seat, I will gladly follow." As Han Sang stood up, the messenger in blue led him outside. With every step they took, the scenery before their eyes gently wavered like mist, and before they knew it, they were standing on a cliff by the deep blue sea. The messenger took out a jade flute from his robes and blew a long, clear sound. The wildly crashing seawater parted to both sides like clouds, opening a wide, flat path leading to the bottom of the sea. Silver waves hung like curtains on both sides of the path, and the soft sand beneath their feet glowed softly. As Han Sang carefully walked down the underwater path following the messenger, he did not feel breathless at all. Instead, a cool and clear energy wrapped around his entire body. After descending deep, deep into the water for a long time, a giant gate shining brightly in 7 colors finally appeared before his eyes. That grand and beautiful palace, carved from pearls, coral, and clear crystal, was emitting a fantastic light that could never be seen in the human world. In front of the palace gates, brave horned gatekeepers and maids in colorful silk clothes stood in rows, politely bowing their heads to welcome the precious guest from outside the sea. As Han Sang carefully climbed the jade stairs, the doors of the magnificent grand hall opened, and the Dragon King, wearing a brilliant royal robe, welcomed him with a joyful face. "You have gone through a lot of trouble to come this long way. I have specially built a new palace, and I earnestly hope that you would leave a commemorative writing with your outstanding sentences to celebrate the completion of this beautiful pavilion." Han Sang bowed deeply to show his respect, and picked up the coral inkstone and the mysterious brush of the sea brought by the maids. As Han Sang moved his brush beneath the softly swaying blue waves, magnificent and flowing phrases, praising the beauty of the colorful Dragon Palace and the virtue of the Dragon King who rules the sea, poured onto the silk without hesitation. Receiving the completed writing, the Dragon King slapped his knee in great admiration. "It is indeed an exquisite masterpiece of the world, just as I heard. To think that the literary talent of the human world could be this marvelous." To deeply repay Han Sang for his writing, the Dragon King held the most brilliant and grand feast in the sea for him. Dazzling pearls and luminous jewels brightly lit up the spacious pavilion where the feast was held, as if it were broad daylight. The tables were filled with sweet, fragrant fruits of the immortals, and wine as clear as dew, which could never be Ted in this world. Before long, clear and beautiful music began to spread faintly, riding the waves. Amidst the harmony of a lute made of turtle shell and a blue jade flute, the fairies of the sea, wearing light and beautiful winged robes, danced lightly like butterflies. Every single movement was dreamy and beautiful, as if strolling through a dream. The Dragon King's 3 sons and various spirits governing the sea also attended the feast and clinked glasses with Hansang. As the pleasant buzz of the wine set in, they began to exchange clear poems, with the quietness of the moonlit sea and the song of the waves as their themes. When Hansang softly recited a poem, the spirits of the Dragon Palace responded to its beautiful rhythm, enjoying the feast without realizing the night was deepening. The blue waves shimmered softly, and amidst the clear music tickling his ears and the sweet scent of wine, Hansang felt as if all of this was just a long, sweet dream he never wanted to wake up from. The brilliant feast that lasted deep into the night ripened, and soon the time to part arrived at the underwater palace as well. The Dragon King was deeply moved by Hansang's outstanding literary talent and pure nature. He brought out rare treasures on a jade tray that could never be found in this world. They were 2 large, luminous pearls that shone brilliantly like daylight even in the dark night, and 2 rolls of pearl silk, smooth as ice, that would never get wet no matter how much they were soaked in water. Thanks to your wonderful writing, my new palace shines even more brilliantly. I wish to repay your efforts with this small token of sincerity, so please accept it. As Hansang bowed deeply to express his gratitude, the Dragon King, his 3 sons, and all the spirits of the Dragon Palace came out to the front of the pavilion to share their sad farewells. The messenger in blue, who had first guided Hansang, took the lead again to show the way. As they walked slowly up along the silver sand path through the parted seawater, the soft waves seemed to lightly push Hansang's body up like clouds. The light of this world grew closer, and at a certain moment, a thick mist vaguely covered his eyes. The dreamy sound of the waves echoing in his ears seemed to fade away, and suddenly, Hansang opened his eyes. Coming to his senses, Hansang found himself still lying in his small study. Beyond the open window, the warm spring sunlight was shining lazily, and the room was completely still, as if nothing had ever happened. Everything seemed like just a dream and a long, sweet nap. But, as he tried to raise his body, the brilliant objects placed next to his books caught his eye. The 2 luminous pearls and the dazzling pearl silk given as gifts by the Dragon King were quietly and radiantly glowing, as if to prove that the mysterious adventure from just moments ago was not a vain dream. After that day, Hansang let go of any lingering attachment to government posts or vain fame in the world, keeping the mysterious night at the Dragon Palace closely in his heart. He hid the precious treasures deep in a box and spent the rest of his life peacefully and freely, wandering through famous mountains and great rivers,